Well, good morning, or good afternoon, or even good evening, whatever time you find yourself watching this video. Today, got something from my friends at Atlantic Knife. We have a couple of cool things. What do we have here? They gave me a little patch, and we have what the knife we're going to do today is in here somewhere, but we'll look. What do we have? We have a Bear Ops Nekama, USA made. We have a Remet Cool Whale. That's a Chinese knife. We have a Kansept Flank. This is a fixed blade Kansept Chinese. And we have what we're going to do right now, Toor knife. And this is the Toor Vellum. Very cool, interesting shape in this tool. And we're going to just put these stickers in. Let's clear the desk a little bit and get into it. And I will say Atlantic Knife is just probably my favorite online retailer. They're very cool people, and I appreciate them a lot. So, Toor. It's got a nice magnet seal on the box. Here is the knife. We got a Toor sticker, some frog lube, which if you don't know frog lube, it's good stuff. More along the lines of the Pew Pew. That's our tool polishing cloth. Let's look at this knife. Okay, this is in a taco style Kydex with this opening for a drain. Very, very textured. I imagine that is a G10 handle material. Fairly lightweight with the sheath. 4.9 ounces or 139 grams. Let's do our shake test real quick. Shake test passes very well. There is our vellum. USA 48 CPM 154 steel with the Toor symbol. This knife is a lightweight knife, 107 grams or 3.8 ounces. The Toor Vellum. Super sharp. Little tiny finger choil right there, jimping on the top spine. Place for a lanyard here. This grippy handle material. The texture is wild. They call it an antler texture, and I could see why. It feels like almost like a bone, looks like a bone. This is not G10, it's actually ebony wood, which is wild. And apparently Toor, they get their ebony wood from Taylor Guitars. This has what's called a gray gun coat on there. The CPM 154 steel. We'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a better look while we talk about it. You know, cutting edge on this is 3 inches, but a huge belly. This knife has been around since late 22 or very early 23. So a solid 3 years being on the market. And what we're going to do with this one really fast is I'm going to put a little Wicked Clean on it, because even though it's got that coat on it, it just doesn't, I don't know if it's been handled. It's a new knife. I don't think it's been handled, but in the packing of it and stuff, we'll I'll do this just to give it a little extra love. And you want to critique me using paper towels with Wicked Clean. For the record, the owner of Wicked Clean, I asked him on a live stream just yesterday, how do you recommend using Wicked Clean? And he did a live demo of it, and this is what he did. So, for all the people who know better than me, this is from the owner of Wicked Clean on how to use his product. So, there, just save your breath. Because, to be honest, paper towel was not my go-to either. I typically do not use paper towels on any of my cleaning tasks. It just doesn't seem like the right thing to use, but you know, I'm not gonna argue with the man who created the brand. As we're doing this knife is about 7.5 inches long total with that 3-inch blade. Just screams skinning blade. It's very nice. This texture on this ebony wood, this antlerized wood is ridiculous. It's crazy feeling. Super deep grooves in there. You don't want your fingers to slip. I could certainly see someone processing a deer, skinning out a deer with this knife. It's got that big belly, sort of a drop point style blade, but big belly on the blade. This would really do well. So let me just clean off the little excess. It just stunning. Very easy, simple. This type of knife, you could EDC this. It's got multiple functions. It's a nice 90-degree spine. So it could ferro rod easily with the way the finger guard is and the jimping. You could easily do fine work here. You know, the CPM 154 steel. It's a super steel. It's by Crucible. I don't know who's gonna make it after Crucible. All their backstock is gone. This is typically heat treated up to 59 to 61. Rockwell. Toor does a little, they're a little more than 60. Holds its edge very well. Super resistant to corrosion. And decent on the toughness. It's a hard steel, sharp steel. It's not gonna chip on you, even with a 60 Rockwell. It will, with a ceramic hone, this will take an edge relatively easy. And the wear resistance is really good. The 154 is a nice choice for this particular knife because field dressing something, you don't want this blade to dull quick. It's not going to lose its edge super fast. It is very sharp, and it's got a thin edge for that skinning. That just the edge geometry in general would have me a little leery about this as a self-defense knife. I mean, don't get me wrong, this would slice and dice your way out of a horrible situation, but if you ran into heavy resistance or material, you will run a risk of putting some damage on that edge. What do I say? It's a nice and balanced steel. Doesn't have the edge retention of a Magna Cut, but it's equivalent to another common super steel S35 VN. Edge retention, corrosion resistance, is going to be right on par with that S35, but this is going to be a little tougher and easier to sharpen than S35. And it's also, this is easier to sharpen than Magna Cut. With this, if I was out hunting deer and stuff or other animals, I would want to strop it with a leather strop in between every skinning job at least, if not putting a ceramic rod to it just to hone it. But it's going to maintain its shape. The blade geometry is going to maintain itself. It's just a very nice blade. Love the texturized ebony wood. Very cool. Again, you can use this for self-defense. It's just not my first choice. It's more designed for these downward draw cuts than stabbing into something. The way the blade shape, it's not, the tendency for stabby actions is downward. This is an upswept. So maybe if you need to stab upward, you're okay. But each tool has its own purpose. That's what I would look at here with this one. Very nice example of a good working knife from the guys at Toor. Thank you, C and Jewel, for offering it up. Very nice. So, with that being said, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notification on new content, more every week. I look forward to our next time together. Until next time, remember, life is hard. Don't complain. Take care.